Alright, so it's been a little while since I've done a game room update. I have changed a lot of stuff. I have gotten some more stuff. I haven't gotten a whole lot recently, but I have gotten some new stuff, and I wanted to show off these new shelves that I just finished putting up today and some stuff I set up. It's still obviously a work in progress. Of course, anyone who has a game room knows it's constantly changing and obviously adding stuff to it. So a few things I want to talk about. One is these shelves. I'm going to get another white shelf and another small one, another big and another small, and get rid of this black shelf because it's kind of the odd man out. It doesn't match the rest of them. So I want to do a whole set of the shelves all across the wall here. I have some extra stuff over here. I don't really like the way it's set up. For the most part, I like the way the room is set up. If you remember from the last video, I had all my games in here, but these cube shelves, they look great. I love them. They're extremely expensive though if I wanted to buy more from IKEA, unless I drove there, which is like 5 hours away, is the closest IKEA place to me. And the squares just did not fit the games how I wanted them to. It just started getting cluttered and I didn't like it, so I figured I would just use this for consoles only. It's 25 squares if I didn't have them divided, but I did end up dividing them and I still have a couple spaces. There's obviously still some consoles that I have sitting here that I use every day and some that I need to put in there. But for now, this is how it's going to stay. Stuff like the Atari will not fit in there, just like the Master System. I did just turn it sideways. I might end up doing that with the Atari because I don't think I'm going to keep this the way it is. I had some games in here, but I did move them to the other shelves. So right now I was thinking about maybe just using this as my controller shelf or where I have controllers charging and just set that up. Right now it just has my new PSVR headset and Move controllers and some Wii controllers, some stuff like that. Some Atari games on the bottom, which I don't know what I'm going to do with those. There's no real good way to display Atari games. I still am going to keep the 64s up here. I don't believe that was in my last video. I do love the way this looks. Pretty soon though, I am going to buy some more 64s to hopefully complete the collection. I have a few more to get. I know I need the Toys R Us Gold, I need the Grape, I need the Fire Orange, and the Ice Blue. And then I'll be pretty happy before I start moving on to other variants. Which, man, there's so many, but that's good for now. Through some random boxes up here. I have another regular 64 box down here, and the Super Smash and Splatoon box for the Wii U, and the Mario Kart 8 Wii U box, the old OGX box, the Sega Dreamcast, and the Platinum GameCube, and then a random little Christmas tree thing I got for Christmas. I like the way it looks, and there it is. It's pretty awesome. And then I just decided to put some Nintendo consoles up here, more of like my more favorite nostalgic boxes, although I do love the 64 box, it is one of my favorites, but I love the way these look, and the 64 box would fit in there, but not with the console over here, so it's just going to stay like that for now. I stacked some GameCube boxes up there, just have some random controllers sitting off to the side for now. It's definitely, I'm definitely going to change this up. I have a charging cord that doesn't look the greatest, but whatever. For now, that's how it's going to be. These are the consoles I use more often. The Wii U, I've been playing Wind Waker, which I actually never played back in the day, so I'm going through and playing through it now, and I really enjoy it so far. I started playing Paper Mario on the Wii, which I had never played. I have Darius Twins in the Retron, which is one of my all-time favorite Super Nintendo games. And I recently got the PlayStation 4 Pro, and the VR, and I've been playing Resident Evil 7, and it is extremely creepy. Did recently get the backwards compatible PS3. That was a pretty nice pickup I found on Marketplace. Guy just got a storage unit, didn't really care. It was the PS3 and a bunch of games, the Move controllers. He wanted $50 for it, which was awesome. Drove a little ways to go get it, but worked out for me. I am gonna replace that with some cube shelves to be able to display and put my consoles in. It'll look better because now most of these shelves below aren't really being used, so it'll be nice and it'll clean this whole look up. Alright, moving on to where all my games are. Like I said, I'm going to change these shelves out also. It's a different height, so I don't like that either. Not to mention it's not the same as the others. Unfortunately, with these shelves, they actually only come with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 actual shelves. But see, I have 3 big ones. I actually bought 4, and that other one I didn't even set up. I just stole the shelves from it to be able to add another layer. Pretty unfortunate how much space is between these. I don't like that at all, but luckily I just unfortunately had to buy another shelf just to use the 3 shelves off of it. I know that sounds pretty stupid, but whatever. I had to do what I had to do to get the shelves to work. Over here I have my Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, my PS1 games, and my Xbox games. Recently got this Halo 2 Spartan guy at a thrift store for pretty cheap. He is unopened. Pretty happy with finding that. And I have some Sega games down below. Kind of sad, my Sega Genesis collection, but I didn't play a lot of Sega Genesis when I was younger. I played, Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Aladdin, Sunset Riders was one of my favorite Sega games. I do not have that yet because it is so expensive, and I unfortunately sold mine at a garage sale years ago. Somebody got an awesome deal, but I will get that again soon. I did pick up BB-8 at a thrift store, which is awesome. He is sitting over there in the corner. That was an awesome find as well. Probably one of the more cooler finds I've had at the thrift store, and a decent price. Not amazing, but a pretty good price. And then I have my PSVR box up top, and then the new PlayStation 4 Pro box. And I love The Last of Us. It is one of my favorite PS4 games, or PS3 games, my favorite PlayStation game ever. I love survival horrors, and that game just was amazing to me. I absolutely loved it. I have the Ellie Pop, and I still need the Joel Pop, and then I've seen it now they have the Clicker Pop. I don't like to collect a lot of pops. I do have some upstairs in my room where I have my computer and a lot of my computer gaming stuff, but I do have to have those. That's a must. Yeah, so Xbox, PlayStation, Super Nintendo, and then we'll move on to the PlayStation 4 stuff. I don't have a lot of PlayStation 4 games. They're still more expensive, so eventually I'll start to get more of those. I usually try and get them, when they get cheaper, because as you know, if you're a collector or you have a bunch of games, it gets expensive quick, so you have to find them when they're cheap. There's tons of games that I have not played yet. There's a lot of games that I definitely want to play. Obviously, I've played Last of Us 1 and 2. Let's see, I started playing The Walking Dead. That was alright so far. I love Resident Evils. I'm working on the old school Resident Evil 1, which I have played on PS1 and beat it. I have beat 2 and 3 on PS1, but I need to go through and beat these on the PS4. This is what I've been playing in VR. I started the Remothered series. I need to jump back on it. It's just so many games I have to play. Life is Strange 1 and 2, another one of my favorite games on PS4. That game surprised the hell out of me, and I really liked it. Destiny will always hold a special place in my heart. I love that game. Destiny 1, Destiny 2. Kind of wish I would have stayed on console because I had a lot of friends who played it on console. And then when I moved to PC, lost a lot of those, friends to play with. And it just kind of lost that Destiny feel. I don't know whether it was moving to PC and losing those friends or just the game in general. But I love Destiny. One of my all-time favorite games. I love it and I miss it, and I have not been playing it much. Hopefully there's a Destiny 3 and it just relights the fire I have for that game, because I played thousands of hours in that game. And it's a love-hate relationship because it also made me miss out on so many other games. I had 4 or 5 years of Destiny where I played all of the time, and just I didn't have any time for any other game, and it was really unfortunate because I missed out, like I said, on so many awesome console games that I'm trying to catch up on now. My PS2 collection is pretty big. Yes, there's definitely some filler in there. I don't really collect for PS2, PS3, or Xbox 360. I didn't play a lot of that console. I had friends who had those consoles. I think I might have had a PS2. I had an Xbox 360 at one point, and I had a PS3 at one point, but mostly I had friends who played. And I definitely hung out at their houses and played some games. I remember playing State of Emergency back in the day. That was a big one I played. I played Ready to Rumble, I remember, on PS2. A lot of it was what my buddies played, and then they got me to play. I have some good games, though. I have some Silent Hill Origins, which I did start. I need to play some more of it and finish it. One of my most expensive games is, I don't even know how you say it, Suikoden, or however you pronounce it. I don't even really play those games, but I got a really good deal on it, so I figured I'd grab it and maybe use it to trade later. I mostly like survival horrors, and the PS2 has an amazing selection of that. Manhunt 1, Manhunt 2, Clock Tower 3, Siren, like I said, Silent Hill. I have Resident Evil somewhere, Outbreak. Those are kind of more my favorite games to play. I don't really play a lot of the RPGs or a lot of the Japanese type games. Maybe I will one day and I'll give it a try and maybe I'll like it, but for now I have other games I want to play and don't really have the time to dedicate to those games. PS3, I have an okay little selection of those. I have Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which I have never played. I definitely want to give that a try after a while. I might try the Darksiders games. I don't know if it's really like a type of game that I would like, but I'd like to give it a try. And I just picked up the God of War collection today. I know I've heard a lot of great things. I had a roommate before who played it a lot and loved it. I want to give it a try, but who knows? Like I said, I have so many games to play. I prioritize, so who knows when I'll get around to playing that. So DS and 3DS games. I used to have a DS, I had a 2DS, I had a 3DS. I didn't play a lot on them. I remember having Super Mario 64 that I started playing that. I was really stoked when they remade that. Let's see, I had Pokemon Black and I had Pokemon White when they first came out. I don't believe I played the second versions of those, but I probably will end up getting those. I'm an OG Pokemon fan, so I like the red, blue, and yellow for the Game Boy. I'm all about 151 Pokemon. Any more than that is just weird to me. I'm just not used to it. It's what I grew up on, so I don't know. Whenever I try and play those, it's kind of odd, but I wish I did enjoy those because there's so many other games that I'm sure are great, but maybe I'll give them another try one day. PSP selection is slim, but I have some decent titles in there. I actually went to a pawn shop and they had a lot of good titles in there for really cheap. When I say cheap, I mean I paid $1. I paid $1 for Final Fantasy II, Crisis Core, this Yu-Gi-Oh game, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy, Phantasy Star. I paid $1 or less for all of those. That's a big reason why I have a lot of these games. Like I said, there's some filler in there, but you know, when I see a game and it's $1, I can't pass it up. I don't know why. It's part of the addiction, I guess. It's not that I'm just like a hoarder, which obviously I am at this point, but when, like I said, it's $1 for a game that's normally $5, $10, I kind of have to get it. Like I said, maybe later I'll use some of them for trade value on games that I want to play, but for now I just scooped them up. Move down to my Sega, some more of my Sega stuff. Dreamcast, I have a lot of good games, and all of these came in one marketplace scoop. Some lady was posting a couple PlayStation games and then said she had more, and they happened to be Sega Dreamcast games, and she asked a pretty low price, so I told her yes, and I scooped those up pretty quick. I don't play the Dreamcast a lot, and I didn't have one when I was younger. I had a buddy who had one, but I do need to get around to playing some of these games, but a lot of them are like, you know, Resident Evil 2, which, you know, I already play on other systems. I have played, you know, Dead or Alive 2, obviously, and some other of these random games. Nightmare Creatures 2, Crazy Taxi, of course, I played. Code Veronica, oh god, I'm not even filming it. Code Veronica is a Resident Evil that I have never played, I don't believe. I've played just about every Resident Evil but Code Veronica, so I need to go and give that a playthrough. And then Sega Saturn game, obviously it's pretty sad. That's one I do not find thrifting as well as the Master System. Those are systems that I just don't find thrifting or at Goodwill, so it is slim, so if you see any of them, I have probably paid up for them, which is not what I really like to do while I'm collecting. You know, I have to buy them on the cheap. Also, I will show off this PSP. It is the Metal Gear Solid Edition. It is pretty nice. I got that for cheap as well at the pawn shop for, I think, like $60, and then they gave me some games with it, so pretty good deal on that as well. These are some of my boxed Super Nintendo, 64, and Nintendo games. I don't have a lot, but I have, you know, some of the good titles that I want. I have the Zelda 1 and 2 on NES. I have Zelda DX and Four Swords on Game Boy Advanced. Super Mario Bros. 64, Diddy Kong Racing, you know, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Snap. I definitely want to get Majora's Mask. That's another one I have to get. I have Donkey Kong 3. I definitely want to get 1 and 2, and I have to get Zelda for the Super Nintendo. That's another one that I need to have. Here's my Xbox 360 collection. I had an Xbox 360 back in the day, but I did not play it a lot from what I remember. I remember playing the BioShocks, which I have. I can't remember what, I think it was just mostly BioShocks is what I played. I think I actually had Destiny I originally got on the Xbox 360 before getting a PlayStation 4, something like that, but I did not play it a whole lot. It was just a time when I was in school full time, so I just wasn't playing a lot of video games. If I did, I was playing Call of Duty for, you know, 20-30 minutes, and then that was it. Up top of my shelves, I have my 64 games. I got these little shelf type displays at a nail polish place. It was going out of business, and they actually had some kind of nail polish business name up top. It was wrote in some kind of pen, and I was able to wash it off. I put these Nintendo stickers on there to make it look, you know, a little cooler. And then I have my 64 games. I definitely want to get some more 64 games, but I have most of the ones that I want for now. Pretty happy to get the Zelda 3DS box. And there's the Zelda 3DS. My Atomic Purple Game Boy box. A couple handhelds up here with the Sega Game Gear, the blue one. I don't have many games for the Sega Game Gear, but I will get a few, not too many. It's not a system that I really want to collect for. And moving over here to the Switch, I have my Animal Crossing Edition Switch. I actually won in a raffle, which was pretty awesome. And then I sold my regular Switch. Kind of wish I didn't now, but because I kind of want to collect more for the Switch, maybe get more variants. We'll see. It's another one that's expensive right now, so over time, when it drops, I may buy more with the boxes and collect more. I have one of the Labo kits back there. Some random Pikachus that I actually got in Japan when I was younger, so back in like 99 or 2000. I think I got this little Pokeball. I was thrifting. I don't remember. Super Mario Odyssey, one of my favorite Marios, probably my favorite Mario of all time, which is pretty insane to say because Super Mario 64 was amazing, but Super Mario Odyssey was a beautiful game. And I remember when you go into the city that's like it's called New Donk City. When you go in there, it's just like a city that I wanted to be in. You know, it's like I wish I was playing in VR and just running around. I could live there. Such an amazing game. And I remember when I first got my Switch, I bought it with some games, and that was one of them. And I played a little bit of it, but I didn't play a lot of it. And then I put it down for like 2 years, picked it back up, realized I was an idiot, played the rest of it and beat it. Absolutely loved it. I cannot wait for Odyssey 2 to come out. Recently got this, the big box Breath of the Wild Special Edition. I really want to get the Masters Edition, but it's like $500-$600. So right now I'm going to settle with that. I love Breath of the Wild. It was another one that I picked up. I played a little bit, then just realized like I kind of wasn't a fan of the open worldness. Like I have like ADHD, so I have to have direction in a game or I get lost. And I got lost in that game, put it down for a while, picked it back up and was like, what was I doing? I don't have any idea. Put it back down and was like, I can't do it. Picked it back up a year, 2 years later, again, just sailed through it, beat it, absolutely loved it. One of my favorite Zeldas. I don't know if it's my favorite Zelda of all time. Actually, yes, I think it is. I loved it. But I also loved Hyrule Warriors, which was pretty crazy to me. I've never played any of those type of games, the Dynasty Warriors type games, any of those, but I really enjoyed just slaying out on enemies. It was really fun. Fire Emblem, honestly, I'm not going to lie, I've never played it. I won that in a raffle. It is unopened and sealed, and it will probably stay that way. I did buy Fire Emblem Warriors, and I've been meaning to play it just because I love Zelda so much. Or I love the Hyrule Warriors, so I figured maybe I'd give it a try. Maybe I'd like it. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just sit there on the shelf like some of the other games. It's my Switch collection. It is still pretty small, but I've still been buying a lot, and I have a bunch of games that are actually on the way. I've recently got into limited run games, so I have probably 4 or 5 Switch games on the way from limited run if they ever ship. There's some of the controllers. I have a couple Zelda controllers and Mario controllers. I love the Switch and I love collecting for it. And I also love that the side of these boxes have the controllers and they look really cool. So eventually I want to buy more and I want to place them all along the side so you can see all of the sides of the controllers. But for now, another one, it is like kind of expensive. I have seen some deals on these controllers, but I have not been able to get them locally. But when I do, I'm going to buy a lot of them. Below that, I have the GameCube. GameCube is another one I never had when I was younger, but my buddy played it, and all he did was play Super Smash Bros. Look, Super Smash Bros. Is okay. I know people are going to hate me for that. I like it. It's all right, but I've never been good at fighting games, ever. It just doesn't matter what game it is. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all of them, I am bad. There's no getting better. I just can't play those games. I don't know what it is. I just button mash and it does not work out for me. And it's always been that way for Super Smash Bros. Whether it was 64, GameCube, Wii U, Wii, whatever, all of them, it was the same. My buddy always wanted to play that. We did play some other games, but it was mostly Super Smash Bros. There's, obviously some remakes on the Switch, or on the GameCube, Ocarina of Time, and they did Majora's Mask and stuff like that. So there's a lot of games like I've already played. Twilight Princess, which I played on the Wii, not on the GameCube. Twilight Princess was probably, I don't know, it might have been my favorite Zelda until Breath of the Wild. I loved Twilight Princess. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I thought it was absolutely amazing. The ending and everything, it was beautiful. Again, I don't have a lot of GameCube games, not one that I find thrifting a lot, so my selection is kind of slim. There's the rest of my Xbox 360 games down there. That brings us on to the Wii, although I have Mario Kart Live up here. Didn't really fit over here. It's the Luigi set. I won that on a raffle as well. It is unopened. I still need to get the Mario. I do want to play that eventually. I just haven't yet. Until then, I'll just play with my little Mario Kart this dude and run around the house like a crazy man. But for now, it's just going to stay in the box. And there's my Jawa up there wearing a pizza Halloween costume. It's a pretty cool mask. The Wii. Okay, so had to throw Wii Sports up there because I couldn't tell you how many hours into Wii Sports. I've probably played more Wii Sports than any game I've ever played. Even Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. I used to play Wii Sports every day. My buddy Kyle would come over and we would just play Wii Golf, Wii Bowling. Didn't matter. We used to play Wii Bowling so much we bowled 300s all the frickin' time. It was insane how much we played that game, and we just never got sick of it. Just come over in the morning and we'd play all frickin' day, and it was awesome. The Wii was one of my favorite systems and the systems that I have played the most, and I have a decent collection for it. It's one of the systems that I kind of want to get a full set for. There is a lot of bloatware and just random third-party games, but I kind of want to get a full set just because I love the Wii. I definitely have a lot of the main games in there. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, which I kind of just recently played through. Somewhat recently, within 2 months or so, and beat 1 and 2. Pretty awesome game. I did really enjoy it. I have Mario Kart, of course. I've played a lot of Mario Kart on the Wii. Mario Party 8, I played a good bit of. Super Mario Bros. I have played that and loved it. It was awesome. I remember playing that a little bit back in the day. Mario Strikers Charged. That was another game that I played a lot. I loved that game. A lot of people just did not like it. I absolutely loved it. I used to have so much fun chasing people down on the soccer field, and then I remember just swinging that Wiimote and just tackling them, ball going loose. It was crazy. Wii Sports Resort. That was another fun game because you could play disc golf. Twilight Princess, again, like I said, I loved that game. Skyward Sword, I never finished. I played a little bit of it and then just kind of grew bored of it. I do need to jump back on that and play it. We'll see what happens with the Switch this year with the anniversary of Zelda and see if maybe they remaster it. And if so, then maybe I'll wait and play it. But if not, I need to throw it in and play some more. Here's some more Wii games. Down here is my Wii U collection. Wii U is another one that I got more recently. I did not have it back in the day. I think a lot of people can say that because it was just kind of a failed console. They had some good games, but again, it confused everyone. The Wii, they thought, I already have a Wii. They saw the gamepad, and it was confusing. I don't remember why I didn't get it or why I was not, I don't know why. I just didn't get it or just wasn't drawn to it. I don't know why. I recently got the Twilight Princess, what is that? The limited special edition or whatever it is. I do not know. Whatever. But it comes with the amiibo and the game. I got a pretty good deal on that. Actually, Twilight Princess is sealed inside there. It's not sealed, but the game is. Super Smash Bros, of course, I just have it because, look, the box is cool. Obviously, I gotta collect for it, so I had to get it. I don't have a lot of games. I do have Mario Kart 8 over there, Hyrule Warriors. I got Wind Waker HD, which actually I'm currently playing because I never played it back in the day on GameCube. And so far, I really enjoy it. Like I said, there's BB-8 that I got at the thrift store. And yeah, that about does it for my game room for now. There's definitely a lot of changes that need to be made and stuff I want to do. Like I said, another one of these white shelves and another small one to go across here. I left some space for games and stuff to grow because normally I put them up there and then immediately they get full and then I have to rearrange everything. But I kind of set this up for success. Hopefully, we'll see. Another thing I want to get is the Last of Us, the can't remember what it's called, special edition or the collector's edition that has the Ellie statue and everything. Again, that's another one that's expensive, so hopefully I can find a good deal. That's another one I want to get because, like I said, that's my favorite PS4 game. I got the special edition for Zelda, which is my favorite Switch game. So I have those, and I am happy with it. But yeah, that is what is currently going on with the game room.